Alright, now it's a good time to start talking about the material. So this is a quick landscape that I created for this tutorial. So the next thing we need to do is to go to the processor node. In the post processor, we will have this finisher node. It's the landscape to object node. This node will convert the landscape into a normal object. And here we can assign the material. So this object does not have a material, so I'm gonna create one called land material. There we go. And then we can assign this material for the landscape. So it's time to switch to the shader editor. And we no longer need the landscape nodes here. So let's close these and open up the material nodes. In the utility tab of the material node, we have this landscape data node. So we will pull this in and let's see the data channels. So I'm going to be using cycles because the material of the landscape is very complex and Eevee is very bad with complex procedural materials. So we're going to use cycles to generate the texture. So anyway, let's have a look at the data channels. We have the dirt channel, the wear channel, convexity, flow, and end flow. Currently we don't have any debris, water, or snow because these were generated using different nodes. The dirt, wear, flow, and end flow channels were generated by the particle erosion node, and the convexity attribute was generated by the object to landscape node, right here. And here we can change the parameters to control the size of the convexity, like so. And let's see 2, 1. So if you have the size of the convexity smaller than the mesh size, then you will have no convexity whatsoever. So you have to make sure that the convexity is larger than 1 square. Here. So let's see 2. So you see we have a lot of details. Anyway, let me just switch back to shader editor. And we can use these to mix our shaders. Let's go to the shaders catalog. And again, these shaders are very complex. So these are not suitable to be used with Eevee. Alright, so let's drop in the quick rock shader. And we don't have any light source, so we need to add a light source here. Let's add a, now, let's switch to environment, the world shader, and create a simple sky shader, sky texture. And the sky texture does have a sunlight. So we just need to rotate the sunlight like that. And I think the sun is a little too strong, so I'm gonna lower the intensity of the sunlight, get rid of the dirt, increase the ozone a little bit, as well as the air amount. Alright, let's switch back to object shader. So this is the default quick rock shader, and I think currently the details are a little bit too big. So I'm gonna lower the size of the details. I think this is a lot better. And we can view the color channel of the shader. And we can change the color of the rock here. I think I'm gonna go for a little blue, very pale blue. There we go. And we have other channels, but let's have a look at the normal channel. So you see the bump is a little too much, so I'm gonna lower the scale to something smaller. That's better. And let me go back to the geometry node editor and get rid of this shade smooth option, because this mesh is currently very low resolution. It's only 512. So shading smooth the mesh will kind of lose a lot of details. Okay, this rock does have some vertical variation. You see these lines? These are the vertical variation. You can turn this off to get rid of the horizontal lines, or you can lower the size of these lines to make them smaller. Like that, it looks more like sandstone, right? And maybe these are a little too much, so I'm gonna lower the opacity a little bit, maybe make the lines a little bigger. Okay, that's good. And I think this looks much better as sandstone, so I think I'm gonna use a somewhat red orange color instead of blue. So you see, these looks much more like sandstone. And down here we can override the flow map, the wear map, and the convexity map if you need. Internally, it's using these channels, right? But if you want to have a different flow channel, for example, I can create a float curve and I can manipulate the flow channel a little bit before using it in the shader. So I can do that right here. You see? But if I leave this blank, it's gonna use the flow channel. Anyway, I think this is already very good and I don't need to configure these maps further. Next, let's drop in the quick dirt shader. Normally this might be good, but right now we want to make a sandstone environment, so we need these to be a little more red, like so, and perhaps darker. Alright, now we need to mix these together depending on the amount of dirt we have. Up here on the slope we should have no dirt and the rock should be visible, and down here the rock should not be visible. Alright, and that's when this node come into play. We can now just mix these together and we can use the dirt channel to mix the two shaders together. So you see, it's now a nice sandstone environment. And let's change the grass color to something more, like yellowish grass. Let's get rid of the thick grass layer and see only the default grass layer. And I think we need to make it a little more yellow. Alright. Now let's turn back on the thick grass channel. And perhaps lower the opacity a little bit. Alright, so you see this is just some basics about the material and we can already create some very nice, realistic and high detailed environment.